Alright, in this video we're going to talk about the WYSIWYG Editor. That stands for what you see is what you get. And that's this. Basically it looks like a Word document, but it's not as easy as a Word document. And it can be particularly tricky and throw you off sometimes. So what I would encourage you to do is just kind of get a good feel for it. If you have any kind of grasp of HTML, then that would be a plus, because you can edit that within this text tab here. Okay, but it's fairly simple. We're just going to put some sample text. Okay. Let's say we just want to make some bullet points. You can certainly do that. You can make things bold, italic, etc. I'll let you do that. Now, some things that aren't really the same, like Word, is that you can't, press a tab button and expect that to indent. All right. If you want bullet points to indent, you have to play with the outdent and indent icons up here. Okay, so those are some of the things that are different. All right. Say, for instance, you want to make a hyperlink. You can do that. You can click there and put your own URL in if you like, or you could link to an existing page on the website. All right. It takes a little bit to load, but you can run through these and select one. So maybe we want to select Contact Us. Maybe we want to open that in a new tab if we wanted to. Add link. There you go. If we wanted to break the link, all we got to do is just click it anywhere within the hyperlink and click the break link button, and it's gone. These are ones that I don't want you to worry about. In fact, I'm probably going to remove them. This is spell check, search. You can change the font size of these. It only goes up to certain things, so there's not granular adjustments. You can't do 25, 26, etc. One thing I do want you to pay attention to are these. These are fairly important, and for the most part, you shouldn't touch it if it's just regular text. Okay, and there's going to be an easier way that I'll show you how to use this in a different video. Okay, but you should be familiar with these heading tags and what their importance is. Okay. Now, if you were a search engine and you came across a website, you would need to know what kind of content is more important and what the page is actually about. A heading 1 would tell a search engine what that page, the name of that page is, basically, or maybe even more importantly, what the name of the website is. A heading 2 can play a role in what the name of the page is. Right? Heading 3 and below are basically subheadings or subtopics. Okay, so say you have a sectioned out page, you want to basically label each section of that page, you want to use these headings and so on. Okay, so heading 4s and 5s and 6s, etc. would fall underneath 3s, and so on and so on. Okay, I have an easier way for you to handle these, and for the most part, when you're using the WYSIWYG Editor, which you can use in many different areas of WordPress, not just within a page, you won't have to touch that stuff. Okay. Another important feature is pasting things in. Okay, so if you're pasting content from another website or maybe a Word document or Excel, you don't want to paste that straight in. You want to paste that with 0 formatting, or everything will screw up. How you can do that with these two buttons here. This pastes plain text. You can use it for any purpose, either you're copying from another website or some other area that might have some kind of formatting in it. Just press it, paste your stuff in there, and then insert, and it removes all the stuff that WordPress can't use. If you're coming from a Word document, you must please use this. It will break the site with some of the weirdo stuff that goes on in Microsoft Word. Paste it in here first, then insert, and then do your formatting in here. Okay. If your formatting gets weird, you can use the Remove Formatting button here. Just highlight what you need to and hit Remove Formatting. If you need a special character, you can certainly find those here. Print, find your color, background color of the text. So let's make this weird colors. Pretty simple. You can do the Undo button or Redo. If I didn't want that, I could just get rid of it. And there's a help button here as well. Now, if you're savvy with HTML, okay, you can use the text tab, and you can see all the HTML markup over here. If you're not, please don't worry about it and stay with this tab. Okay. Now, some of this stuff can get tricky when you start trying to delete and do backspaces. Say, for instance, you want to make this a heading, and then for some reason maybe you like delete all this stuff. Now all this has become a head. It's kind of a bad example there, but anyways, things can get messed up. So what I encourage you to do is kind of just play around with it and get a little bit comfortable, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to use. Alright? Let me know if you have any questions about that.